Okay, well, I'm Michelle, and welcome to Breathe and Be, this stretch video that I wanted to create for those who possibly lift weights or work really hard or just sleep wrong and need a really good stretch. Maybe you're a runner, any kind of activity, but you don't take the time to stretch. This one's for you. It's not going to be very long, so you don't even really need a yoga mat, but if you have one, roll it out, and here we go. We will just start in a tall standing position, feet right under your hips. And you're going to roll the shoulders up to your ears, back and down a couple of times. We're going to try to get all the body parts today, or a majority of them, and so that you feel really, really good afterwards. Reverse those rolls if you haven't already. An exaggerated shrug, and then let everything go. Shake it out. Get nice and loose. And then bring those arms straight up. Reach for the ceiling. Then drop your shoulders down. So don't hike. Release. Reach up strong through the fingers. And then turn your palms out. With your exhale, just let everything go. And release your arms. Common place we feel stiff is the neck. So let's get that right away. Let's take our gaze to the side. And then bring your chin down towards your shoulder and look at the ground. Extend the opposite arm. And then gently look up. Just tilt the chin a little. And then look back down. And look to neutral. Come back to center. Take that arm across. Give that a nice little hug. And open and close both of your hands to just stretch those fingers a little bit. They actually work pretty hard for you. And shake it out. All right, take your gaze to the other side. Drop your chin towards the shoulder. Release opposite arm. Find that perfect spot for that arm. Maybe you got to move it behind you a little or up or down. And breathe out. Gently lift your chin. And lower. Bring your head up to neutral, back to center. Sweep that arm across. Open and close the fists. Again, the fingers nice and wide. And shake it out. Come up on your toes. And now let everything go with your next big exhale. And keep it right here. Bent knees, pull the belly button in a little, and start to release those hands down to the ground. And top of the head down to the ground. If it doesn't work for you for any reason to have your head down, just keep your hands right here and look straight down and have a flat back, but bend as much as you need to, and you can still let your arms dangle. If you can bring your head down, you're going to shake your head, yes? And shake your head, no. Releasing all that tension in the neck. Drop the shoulders, release in the legs. Maybe your hands get closer to the ground, even if you have to bend those legs. Draw your hands up to your shins, right under your knees, and bring your flat back and your neck in alignment. And then bend your knees again, release those fingers. Round your back, pull the belly button up to the spine, and one vertebrae at a time, round all the way up. Opening up into that spine. We're going to take the fingers up again, turn them out, and slowly hinging from the hips, again, pull the belly button in and round all the way down. Come to that flat back and flat neck. Release the fingers again and the head if you can. Bend the knees around and sweep up. Turn your palms out and exhale down. Roll those shoulders out again. And then bring those fingertips up again. Let's interlace the fingers, press them up towards the ceiling, and just bend over to one side. Relax your neck. Come back to center, go to the other side. You should feel that from your hip up to the fingertips. especially in the armpit area. And back to center. Then the hands come right in front of the chest with palms facing me. Press straight out of your shoulders. So not hiking up, release them down and press forward. Shake them out. Next, we're going to interlace those fingers behind you and press the knuckles to the floor. And then open across the collarbones. So feel the opening here. Counter that tech neck or sitting at a driving or a steering wheel, driving, computers, all those things. Gently tilt your chin up and shake it out again. Lots of shaking out. All right, a standing sort of cat-cow movement for our spine. You're going to bring those thumbs back and lift your heart. You've got a little curve in your back, okay? Maybe tilt the chin up and push the shoulders back and open, and then round. So here you've got a rounded back. Your head might come between the arms, thumbs are down. And let's open again. Open, lift your chest, lift your chin, and then when you breathe out, round and soften your knees here too. One more of those. We're going to get the back really good today and the shoulders. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and lower ourselves into a squat. Now, depending on your knees, this might be your squat, but if you can go lower, go for it. Now, if you can see in the camera barely, my heels are up, okay? I'm on my toes. And I'm going to come to, lower the camera. I'm going to come to kind of that halfway lift that we were before. And I'm going to lift my heels and squat. So lift and lower and lift and lower, or you could be right down here. We're just getting into our shins and calves a little bit, and then go ahead and lift up and fold again. Head hangs heavy, and bend your knees and come all the way up. All right, so taking your feet wide, not too wide, so just a little wider than hips, and we'll put our toes out and go into a nice, gentle, so not going too deep, side lunge, just to feel the inner thighs opening. Let's hold it on one side, possibly lifting those toes if that feels okay. Now you're going to be into your calf muscle as well. You might float your arms out or even down toward your toes if that feels all right. If not, you're just right here. Come back to center, feet down, switch. Let's go deeper on this side. Toes up. See what feels okay. Only do that if you feel balanced and it doesn't hurt. It's the rule of thumb. And then come back up. Good. We're going to bend in the knees now. The toes are still out, the heels are in. And we're going to bend down, hands on the inner thighs. Drop your torso and then push one shoulder in the center at a time. We're getting a nice back stretch here as well as inner thighs. Now flip those heels behind. Have a nice flat back here. Or flat neck, flat back. Maybe widen your stance a little bit more. Pull the belly button up, back is flat. You can stay right here and maybe even float your arms out. You engage your abs a little bit, but we're actually trying to stretch everything, so you may not want to do that. But if you want to go deeper, here's some options. Fingertips might come down to the ground and then you might drop your head or grab your ankles. And if you even need more than that, flip your hands up and walk them underneath you. Whatever brings you the best stretch in the back of the legs, bringing it to that comfortable edge. And then take another exhale, see where you can go. Hands might come to your inner thighs now and bend your knees. Heel toe those legs in a bit and around your spine to come all the way up. We'll take one leg in front and one behind, right about hip distance. So not like you're trying to be on a balance beam, but more like you're straddling railroad tracks, okay? And then we'll even up those hips so they're straight across, taking tiny bend in that front leg. You're gonna just start bringing your torso forward. So I've got a tiny, tiny bend if that feels okay. You can have as much bend as you need. Come to that flat neck and back again. So what we're going for here is a glute stretch all the way down the front leg. This can take a little time, so we'll be here a couple more breath cycles. When you decide to come up, take a full bend in that knee and bring it all the way up. And let's switch sides. Both feet are pointed forward. We're moving this front leg, we're moving that hip back to try to keep our hips even. And a big exhale here. Take this one nice and slow. There's no need to force. You do not need to get your nose to your knee, by the way. That's not the goal here. You're just stopping at that edge and then breathe. Bring that bend into the knee and slowly come back up. Nice. We're going to go down to the ground. We're not going to be on our knees very much, but we'll start right there on our knees, all fours, with your wrist under your shoulder. You could tap your feet out a little bit. You can even stretch those toes a little. We're going to start with a nice calf stretch, actually. So you will take one of your legs back. Toes will be on the ground, and you're going to press through the heel, forward and back. Nice and gentle. Switch sides. All right, bringing that knee in too. Wag your tail a little bit side to side. Can exaggerate that a little and kind of get into that hip and side body. Dip your elbows, dip your ear, and now we're neutral spine. We're going to drop it first. So dropping the belly and lifting the chin a little, going to give you a little curve in your back. And that will be your cow pose, I guess they call it. And then we round, pushing the ground away, looking towards your knees, and really push that ground away. Round that back. All right, let's drop it again. And lift to your angry cat. Should feel also good on your neck. Now this time we're staying in this cat and we're gonna keep rounding, but push your hips back. All the way back, almost to your heels. And then come forward over your wrists, putting a little weight there to stretch. Back, way back again, until you end up in your child's pose, where you could have your knees together or your knees out, and we're gonna fold down. This is lovely for the back. So the forehead might come to the mat or the floor, and maybe you even rock it side to side. If you want to get a tricep stretch, palms together, fingers overhead. And you're actively moving those hips back toward your heels. From there, bring yourself back up and lay both feet down on the ground. And we'll come into a nice little gentle back bend here. Adjust my camera again. We're going to try to go to the quads here. So you would lift one leg, and maybe this is all you can do. And that's fine. You could take some little pulses here. If you can reach for your ankle or your foot, and give it a little tug. Go for that. If this is hard, it might find it more accessible just to come over on your side and just bring that foot behind you. Any of those options should get right here into that large quadricep muscle. And let's roll it back down. Switch sides at whatever option you needed to take, here, or rolling to your side. When you're done, you can release that and go ahead and bring yourself up into a nice, comfortable seated position, whatever works for your knees. So it could even be like this. And we're going to stretch the wrists and the shoulders, the arms. So let's first get our top of our wrists and our forearms. So fingertips will be right here. Drop the top of the hand down and be gentle. Lift your fingertips up, rotate, and now press your palm. Now, some people can go further. Some people, this really hurts and you just want to back off, and you could just do this if you want. Same. A little less intense, okay? But you might feel that up the whole forearm. Nice place to stretch. All right, and then you're going to take your hands behind, fingertips pointed towards you. Lean back, feet wide, and just windshield wiper those knees. Let them fall side to side. Try not to sink into your shoulders. We'll stay lifted. And bring it back to your seated. Focus on the upper back and shoulders now. We'll be taking one arm out. Let's just say we're going to start with our right and our left on top. So you might come right here, and this is all you can do. If you can reach around for the inside of the hand like that, go for it. And then let's line everything up with our nose so everything's in the center of our body. And take a nice gentle lift and lower. Now, here's where you find your sweet spot. Like when you find it, the one that gives you the really good shoulder blade, upper back stretch, hold it there. Take a big exhale. If that's too intense, back it off here or even here and just lift and lower, okay? Go wherever your shoulders allow. And then we're going to release, and you're just going to shake them out. Let it go. Let's switch with the left in front. Make your X. Cross. This side may be different. Maybe this side you can wrap all around, or this side you have to modify it to the shoulders. Lift and lower. Find your sweet spot and take a few breaths there. Release. Shake it out. In fact, reach around for your shoulder blades and give yourself a hug, and then lower your elbows down and your head. And slowly bring it back up. Okay, so let's take a fold over one leg. So take probably your right leg out, and then here's your options for your left. It could be really loose bend here, or a little more in, or if you want again to get into the quad, you might bring the foot behind you. Okay, this is the one I see most commonly, that's most accessible. Draw those toes towards you, and we're not going to try to fold rounding down. We're actually going to try to keep our chest up. So we'll lift those arms and get the long spine, wiggle everything out on the ground, and then drop your shoulders and reach your arms straight out of your shoulder sockets and just keep reaching. You don't even have to grab the foot. If you can grab the foot, keep your head and chest lifted here. If it's too much, bend your leg. And then go ahead and come up and switch. Toes are flexed. That's pretty important. And see if you can get the toes even. Become tall, lift up, reach forward towards those toes, over those toes, flat back, drop your shoulders, reach. So the foot might want to move, and it might have to make this successful, but if you can keep it, the toes straight across, go for it. You'll feel that in different places as you move the foot. And then go ahead and bring yourself up. Take a nice little butterfly with those legs. And then we're going to roll it down onto our back. This is one of my favorites for the back, and also massages all those internal organs. So you're going to squeeze in the knees towards your chest as best you can. And then you might want to rock side to side. And then drop your feet so that they are about hip distance apart. So they're not touching, they're the distance of your hips. And from here, we'll get into the hips by bending that right leg, and you're making your four pose. So you could stay here if you're already feeling that in your outer hip. But if you want more, you're going to bring this knee in and kind of push this leg away with your elbow. Lay your head down. So a lot of stress is held in the neck and the hips. So relax your neck and let your breath help you release those hips. If you find this too much, drop the foot and then just move this leg away from you and rest there. We'll be here one more breath. Although I suggest pausing and staying here longer if this feels amazing. Drop the left foot. We're going to go into a spinal twist. So take this easy. You could even use a pillow to drop to, but you're going to take the right leg. If the right leg's up, you're going to drop so the right leg's on top. So you're going to fold to the left with your arms out, head down, and you're going to feel that in your low back. So there's your legs are just kind of crossed. Now, to make this less intense, look towards your knees. If you need a little more, want more twist, you're going to look away from your knees. With your next inhale, bring your feet or your left foot to the ground and roll to your back. Uncross your legs, windshield wiper side to side. And let's switch with the left leg bent. Draw the other leg in. I use this elbow to push that knee away to get deeper. Sometimes I like to roll my ankles out here too. Allowing your next exhale to be a long one and to create more open space in that left hip. Drop the right foot, arms by your side. Let the legs fall to the right. Left hip will be up. Enjoy your spinal twist. Slowly roll to your back. Right foot is on the mat. Uncross your feet. And let's go ahead and take our feet all the way up to the ceiling. I'm going to put my hands under hips. Sometimes that feels good. And you're just going to point and flex your feet a little bit. So this one is very good for us, this legs up the wall, it's called. Very restful, very good for your heart, and a number of other things. You can also take your toes in, out here, and then just stay with toes pointed up and rest. Bend your knees, bring your feet together, knees wide into your butterfly legs. From here, we're going into a couple of minutes of rest for our nervous system, and also just letting our body absorb those wonderful, lovely stretches into the body, integrating them. So feel yourself get heavy, your chin relaxed, jaw dropping perhaps. Take straight legs whenever you want, when you're ready. You could even lay on your side in the fetal position. But we're coming out of fight or flight here. There's nothing you need to do but rest. This lowers the cortisol levels in your body, fights all kinds of things, sickness, inflammation, stress. Wiggle your fingers and your toes a little bit and roll over to one side. Rest there for a breath or two. Notice how your body feels right now. Capture that feeling of rest, being awake and yet fully relaxed. Use your hands to gently push yourself up. And thank you for practicing, for stretching with me today. And I hope you'll come back to